Hello everybody. You may notice we have a little bit of a change of scenery here today. My internet connection went down last night, so I'm having to borrow my parents' laptop for this one until I can figure out what the hell's going on with my internet. Today I wanted to take some time in the 16th installment of the movie Emporium. By the way, I'm doing a rush season of the movie Emporium for season 1 because I want to get all 25 episodes out before the end of the holidays, before the end of the year, really. And then it's going to become a regularly weekly thing that I do instead of doing a whole bunch at once like I have been doing for season 1. Today I wanted to go ahead and review a film that I really enjoyed quite a bit. I thought it was one of the best movies that came out a couple years ago in 2009. That film, of course, is, and it's also critically acclaimed actually, because it won an award, some awards. Most notably, it won, that I can remember, it won Best Supporting Actor, Christoph Waltz, 2 years ago. And I talked about that a little bit back in the Water for Elephants review. Of course, I'm talking about Inglorious Basterds. Now, a lot of people may not know this. I'm sure some people do, but I'm a writer, so I caught it right away. Right when the first film came out, I'm like, that's wrong. They spelled bastards wrong. It's not B-S-T-E-R-D-S. It's B-A-S-T-A-R-D-S. Not an E, it's an A. But then again, with bastards being a swear word, they really couldn't put that in the movie title because of legal issues and whatnot. So they had to switch it up a little bit. So it's not correctly spelled on purpose, people. Now this film stars. It's got a lot of good actors in it. It's got Brad Pitt, Christoph Waltz, Michael Fassbender, who ended up playing Magneto in the X-Men First Class movie, Diane Kruger, Till Schweiger, Julie Dreyfus is in it, Mike Myers, Rod Taylor. This Blu-ray copy, it has a lot of features in it. It's got a BD Live feature where you can battle it out against fans in a Nazi killing trivia challenge. It's got high-def features, extended and alternate scenes, roundtable discussion with Quentin Tarantino, Brad Pitt, and Elvis Mitchell. The Making of Nation's Pride, which is the film that they're watching at the end of the movie when they're actually pulling off killing Hitler. We'll talk about the killing Hitler thing later. I've got some thoughts about that. Conversation with Rod Taylor, like I said, and more. Then additional features that said it's got Nation's Pride, the film within the film. This was probably my favorite of all of the extras I've ever seen on any Blu-ray or any DVD. That's something that really stuck out to me because if you remember, I did a Last Action Hero one, and I was saying it would have been cool if they made the Jack Slater movies and put them out as special features, even if it was just 20 or 30 minutes of a movie. It would have been cool because, back then that would have been something cool. But they did do that on this. They did shoot 20 or so minutes of film for Nation's Pride. Not all of that film got used in the movie Inglorious Basterds, but it all is available on the Blu-ray set. Now, it also says it's got the original Inglorious Basterds, and this time, if you notice, it's spelled correctly. Spelled correctly then because back then, when movies were coming out, they weren't so balls tight about that type of stuff. Um, Bastards really, I don't think back then was really used as a swear word back then that much. I think, or probably was, but not as in high disdain as it is these days. It's got a film poster gallery tour and much more. Comes with a digital copy, of course. Um, I downloaded this to my computer so I can watch it whenever I want. So if I want to watch it, my parents let me just stick my damn headphones in and watch it on the computer, you know? Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about this film now some. Brad Pitt's kind of the leader of this gang, and called the Inglorious Basterds, and by the end of it, basically they all die by the end of it, except for Brad Pitt and B.J. Novak from The Office, and they're the ones that finally get to Christoph Waltz at the end, which I love that scene when they're like, "Oh no, we're not gonna kill you," and he takes out his knife and he draws this washed cup on his head, and you know Christoph Waltz is just screaming his head off. But in that movie, Christoph Waltz is a great actor, and he plays great villains. He did in this, and he did in Water for Elephants, as I mentioned in that review. This course is a 2-disc special edition, the Blu-ray disc and the digital copy. About the Hitler thing, really, the only problem that I heard some people had with that is that they killed Hitler. I think that was the highlight of the fucking film, because I hate Adolf Hitler, and I love seeing him get his fucking ass kicked. I love seeing them just blowing the hell out of that douchebag. But you know, they may say that he committed suicide, but I think personally, myself, I think that's a load of crap. There's no way, in my opinion, that someone that powerful. I mean, the guy had people killing for him. Why would he go off himself? If I had people killing for me, I wouldn't be going off myself. I mean, come on. I've always found that fishy that they say that Adolf Hitler killed himself. I mean, for all we know, someone could have snuck in there, bap, killed him, and then the Nazis killed him and said, we can't make it look like this. We can't make it look like some common man came in here and killed Adolf Hitler. Why did I do that? That didn't sound German. Sorry. But, yeah, I've always thought that. I love this scene where they're, point out your troops. And, you know, he's like, and then they bring out the bear Jew, and he's got the bat, and he just starts beating the dude with it. Bam! Bam! He just comes out and starts beating the dude with it. Anyway, I love that scene. Inglorious Basterds is a great film. It's clocks in at, let's see here. I know it's over 2.5 hours long. 2 hours and 33 minutes long, and that's including credits. But, yeah. If you like Quentin Tarantino, you're going to love this film. Back when I did the Victorian Awards, I gave Inglorious Basterds 3 awards. It didn't get Best Supporting Actor Christoph Waltz. But it did get Best Sound Effects Editing, Best Costume Design, and Best Director Quentin Tarantino, which I thought Quentin Tarantino deserved to get it, but he did get a nomination for it, so hats off to the Academy for finally doing something right. Inglorious Basterds. Basically, it's by Universal, so you know it's going to be a great Blu-ray. I mean, I haven't picked up a Universal Blu-ray that hasn't been fantastic. I mean, I love what Universal does with their Blu-rays. They always have good features on them, it seems like, and basically, I love this stuff. And I love Inglorious Basterds. It's a great movie. If you haven't seen it, I must ask, where were you the past 2 years? And I highly suggest you drive out to the video store today, and I mean today, and rent this movie because it is a great film. If you hate Hitler, you're going to love it because they really get him at the end. Yeah, it's a great film, though. Eli Roth was also in it, who directed the Hostel movies. But yeah, Brad Pitt did a really good job in it too. He wasn't in a lot of the movie, really, as I thought. He wasn't in as much of the movie as I thought he was going to be in. That was probably the only drawback I had from it. Was I thought Brad Pitt was going to be a bigger part of the movie, but he was only in there every other chapter he was in there. I thought he was going to be in the whole movie, just about, by the previews that made it seem like he was going to be like the main character, but it more focused on Shoshana than it did on Brad Pitt's character in the Inglorious Basterds. I mean, it did focus on them a lot, but it seemed more like it was all about Shoshana, though, and her revenge. In my opinion, that's what it seemed like, which she ends up getting killed too. But yeah, sorry, I should have said that. I should have said spoiler alert first, sorry. But yeah, Inglorious Basterds, great film. Directed by Quentin Tarantino, produced by Lawrence Bender. Visual effects designer was John Dykstra, and Anna B. Shepard did the costumes. The Weinstein brothers are involved, so you know it can't be that bad. The Weinstein brothers do a lot of films, though. They're not all good, but they do a lot of films. The Weinstein brothers are busy couple of brothers. But yeah, Inglorious Basterds, like I said, great film. I highly suggest you go pick it up, rent it, buy it, whatever. Just take my suggestion on this one especially because this was a phenomenal film. If you're a Quentin Tarantino fan and you haven't seen this, then you're not a Quentin Tarantino fan because in my opinion, this is his best movie yet. Screw Kill Bill. When Inglorious Basterds came out, made Kill Bill look like a fucking piece of shit movie. Sorry. I liked Kill Bill, but after that, Quentin Tarantino, first thing, Inglorious Basterds. First thing that comes to my mind when I think Quentin Tarantino now. So yeah. Inglorious Basterds.